Welcome back to Bangtan World Channel. What did Jungkook really show during his latest live on Weverse? Was it just a casual hangout or a silent cry for help? Armies are buzzing, theories are exploding, and the clues are too intense to ignore. Could this change everything we thought we knew? Read the full story and don't forget to like, comment your theory, and subscribe for more shocking updates. Was it just another sweet night with Jungkook? Or was something far more unsettling happening behind the screen? The answer to that question has driven millions of armies into a frenzy as what seemed like a harmless Weverse Live has now become one of the most talked about, dissected and debated broadcasts in BTS history. But what exactly happened? What was so different this time? And why are fans waking up in a state of emotional unrest, their minds clouded with unease and curiosity? It began like any other typical late-night live. Jungkook, the golden maknae, casually appeared on screen with that familiar warmth that melts hearts. He greeted armies with his trademark smile, his voice soft and affectionate, instantly setting the mood for what fans believed would be another comforting session. But this time, something felt off. Not immediately, no. Not in the first 5 minutes. But then, the shift. A change so subtle it almost went unnoticed until it didn't. Some armies were quick to pick up on it. Others thought they were imagining things. But the longer Jungkook remained on the live, the more the pieces started falling into place, forming a picture that didn't feel quite right. His words, though loving, were scattered. His gaze distracted. His smile flickering, like a flame in the wind struggling to stay lit. And then there was the silence. The long, awkward pauses that stretched a little too far. Pauses that felt unnatural. But what truly sent armies into overdrive were the things that weren't said at all. The moments when Jungkook's eyes seemed to wander off screen, almost as if he was watching someone or something else. Fans began analyzing the reflections in his eyes. In the background, the tiny details most would overlook. And what they found? Enough to ignite a storm across social media. There was movement, brief but unmistakable. A shadow? A figure? Some believe it was just a trick of light, but others aren't so sure. Then came the part that chilled many to their core. Jungkook stopped mid-sentence. His expression froze for a second too long, and his eyes widened, just for a heartbeat, before he forced another smile and tried to laugh it off. But the damage was done. The illusion had cracked. Something was wrong, deeply wrong. Within minutes, armies across the globe were screen recording, rewatching, slowing down frames, enhancing audio, trying to decipher the truth. Was he scared? Was he trying to tell us something without saying it outright? Was it a cry for help, cleverly disguised in a casual setting? Some pointed out a cryptic gesture he made repeatedly throughout the live, a small tap to his chest, a subtle nod, a hand sign that didn't match the conversation. Was it a code? A secret message? A way of reaching out without alerting whoever or whatever was watching him? Theories exploded. Some fans suggested Jungkook was being monitored. Others speculated that he had something weighing heavily on his mind. Perhaps a decision he couldn't speak about yet. There were even whispers of an unannounced project he was forbidden to reveal, and this pressure was silently crushing him during the live. Every angle, every frame, every word was studied. Nothing was spared. Armies, known for their detective-level observation skills, weren't letting this go. And then came the part that turned concern into sheer panic. Jungkook's sudden end to the live. No warning, no proper goodbye, just an abrupt stop. No music, no smile, just a cutoff, like someone pulled the plug. The abruptness left thousands in the comments screaming in confusion. Was it technical, intentional, or something far more alarming? The aftermath was instant. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube exploded with clips, screenshots, theories, and breakdowns. Fans were emotional, angry, confused. Some begged Hybe for an official statement. Others demanded a new live from Jungkook himself to clear the air. Many cried openly, their imaginations running wild with fear for his safety, his mental health, or worse, his freedom. The level of emotional connection fans felt wasn't just about the content of the live, but the man behind the screen, the boy they've loved and grown up with, the artist who always gave his all no matter what. But perhaps the most haunting part of all? Jungkook hasn't spoken about it since. No follow-up, no clarification, no explanation, just silence. a silence that screams louder than any words. And it is in that silence that the worry grows, that the theories deepen, that the emotions spill over. Could Jungkook be caught in something he can't talk about? Was this live a subtle SOS to ARMY? Or are we all just reading too much into a moment that was never meant to mean more? But when millions of people across different time zones all felt the same, chill run down their spine, all noticed the same shift, the same tension, the same off feeling. Can it really just be coincidence? So now we ask you, dear reader, what do you think happened during that Weverse live? Were there real signs? Was it just overthinking from protective fans? Or did Jungkook, in his own silent way, reach out to ARMY with something far deeper than we can comprehend? Don't let your voice go unheard. Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your theories, and hit that like button if you felt the tension too. Subscribe for more breaking stories that peel back the curtain on the world of idols. Because this story is far from over, and somewhere Jungkook might be reading, watching, and waiting to know that ARMY still sees him. And as the hours turned into days, the silence surrounding that Weverse live only grew louder, thicker, and more haunting. ARMYs who once laughed and sang along with Jungkook's live streams now revisited the footage with trembling hands and anxious hearts. Every blink, every shift in tone, every fleeting shadow in the frame became sacred evidence. Fans began documenting timelines, comparing previous lives, and even decoding potential hidden meanings in his chosen words. Was it mere coincidence that Jungkook repeatedly looked toward his left, at something or someone outside the frame? Was it an accident that he played with his lip piercing nervously the entire time, something he rarely did when at ease? Could his seemingly casual outfit, plain white, no logos, no branding, be a sign of neutrality, a shield, or even a silent protest? A new theory emerged, one that tugged at the hearts of ARMYs around the globe. What if Jungkook was being silenced? The idea wasn't formed from fantasy, but from patterns, unusual behavior, missing follow-ups, and inconsistencies in tone. Those who followed Jungkook for years knew his demeanor like the back of their hand. They knew how he laughed when he was genuinely happy, how his eyes softened when he was relaxed, how he interacted with ARMY when he felt free. This Jungkook wasn't that Jungkook. Something was off. So unmistakably off. Then came the nail in the coffin. The fans who claimed that Jungkook's audio cut out for precisely 3 seconds during one critical moment. It was right after he whispered something while looking down, as if speaking to himself. No one could hear what he said. The room went eerily quiet, and when the sound came back on, he looked startled, shaken, trapped. What did he say? Why was that portion muted? Was it a glitch or was someone watching? Many believe it wasn't a mistake at all. Instead, they're convinced it was edited in real time, cut by someone monitoring the stream, censoring his speech before it reached the public. If that's true, then who has the power to do that? More questions flooded in. Did Jungkook try to warn us? Was he signaling ARMY that something was wrong? Or had he been rehearsed, cornered into pretending everything was fine? Meanwhile, fan translators went deeper, pointing out specific Korean words. Jungkook used that sounded normal, but were subtly out of place, terms that could be metaphors or double meanings in K-pop culture. Words like heavy, long day, unexpected, and let's see what happens next were repeated oddly throughout the stream. For most viewers, they meant nothing, but for vigilant ARMYs, they were blinking red lights screaming help. And then the background. Yes, the background. That unassuming wall behind him wasn't just a wall to eagle-eyed fans. On the far edge of the screen, partially obscured by lighting, something was pinned up, barely visible. A dark rectangular shape,